We have trained in US, Israel, China, South Africa.
Elite forces go beyond call of duty in terms of training, in terms of service, in terms of commitment.
They have pledged their allegiance to protect the president of Kenya.
The Recce company feeds into the presidential escorts. I mean, you can't come from the general police and become presidential escort.
But despite this fact, the Recce company, which guards the president and secures his path amongst other duties like protecting dignitaries and VIPs, suffers in silence with a salary that is an embarrassment to the country, with a net pay that is as low as 5,000 Kenyan shillings. In 2005, an extraneous allowance of 5,000 shillings was scrapped off by the then GSU Commandant Matthew Itere with a promise that it will be improved to a better package.
Hiyo allowance imetolewa, hakuna dongine imeongezwa. So tulikakaa kufika 2009 ndio wale wenzetu ambao tunafanya nao pamoja, hao wenzetu wa presidential escort unit waliongeza shilingi 5,000. Alafu baadaye wakakuja wakapewa 5,000 kwa payslip, alafu wakapewa tena 30,000 kwa payslip. No, 30,000 kwa payslip ambayo ni suit allowance. Alafu na hiyo ngiri 5 kwa mwezi. Sasa unakuta sisi tumeachwa hivyo.
We have a basic salary for all police officers. Then we expect this section of our elite forces to have several allowances that should compensate their skills and expertise.
Their official suit color is black, but the Recce company don't have a 30,000 shillings suit allowance like the rest of their colleagues who protect the president from other units, yet they do the same job and a lot more. They don't have 5,000 shillings extraneous allowance like the presidential escort unit. There is no airtime allowance, and yet they are expected to communicate with their bosses and workmates in the line of duty. Interestingly, their communication when deployed to scout routes and protect the president is the mobile phone as opposed to the standard police radio call. It means they constantly have to load their mobile phones with airtime at their own cost, a strain that the meager salary can ill afford.
So unakuta sasa kama unapata 5,000 ama 6,000, hiyo ndio pesa ambazo utazitumia kulisha naye familia yako, kujiweka mzuri. So kupiga ukikalculate ile pesa unatumia kwa siku, sema hiyo soup shilingi 200, hiyo kunywa chai na lunch hiyo ni kama shilingi 500 imepotea. Ukiweka airtime ni 600. So unaona kwa wiki unatumia kama shilingi 3,000. Kwa mwezi ni over 10,000. So payslip yako kama ina read below 10 inamaanisha unapata negative. So how do you expect somebody achunge head of state na payslip yake imesambaratika na maslahi yake hayaangaliwi?
46 Recce company officers have resigned between 2010 to date.
Hao watu wanaweza hata nunuliwa. Siwezi sema watanunuliwa, lakini wanaweza nunuliwa na Al-Qaeda ama Al-Shabaab na manini. Waende hayo masomo wapeane huko. Sasa itakuwa very dangerous to the government.
The security organs in the country are divided into 3: the military, the National Security Intelligence, and the policing agencies. The military are fairly compensated in terms of remuneration and their welfare. The NSIS are also fairly remunerated, but the welfare of the policing agencies has been forgotten despite promises of reforms.
So unakuta sasa kila kitu kimebadilika and these issues are not being addressed. And that's why people are leaving the company.
It is very difficult to reform a person who is not comfortable or who feels neglected, and we expect results from that person.
This country doesn't have a follow-up mechanism to follow up on military or police officers who leave the service to find out what they are doing.
That is where the danger lies in this country.
For News at 8, I'm Dennis Okari.